You're watching Sky Sports.
Welcome to the BMI Baby Elite Ice Hockey League here on Sky Sports. It's the Challenge Cup final first leg between the Sheffield Steelers and the Nottingham Panthers. Hello folks, well it doesn't matter which sport or which league. Everyone loves certain rivalries in sports. The New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox, the Montreal Canadiens and the Toronto Maple Leafs, Manchester United in Liverpool. But in British ice hockey, it is the Sheffield Steelers and the Nottingham Panthers. And yes, folks, the battle of the M1 continues as these two teams fight it out for this season's Challenge Cup. Alongside of me, Dave Sims. Dave, quickly, how you doing?
I'm nervous. I'm excited. It's a Challenge Cup final. If you can't get up for this game, Nick, get out because it's huge.
Tell me, what is it about the rivalry between Nottingham and Sheffield that makes it so special? You've seen this thing grow right from the start.
Right from the start. Ivan Matulik of the Sheffield Steelers, Paul Aidy of the Nottingham Panthers. At the old barn at the NIC, the first time the clubs met, they went for it toe-to-toe. They gave it each other. And from that moment on, this rivalry was born. And it's been the best thing that's happened to British ice hockey in the last 20 years. It's huge. It's just everything that's good about the sport. There's antagonism. There's no love lost between ownership, management, players, coaches. Everybody wants to beat the Nottingham Panthers in Sheffield, and vice versa.
And now, Dave, the big story about this game is that Jody Lehman and his wife, they're right now having a baby. He's going to be missing this game.
Right now they're having a baby. We offered to actually bring them and put them in suite 325 and bring the nurse down. But yeah, Raquel is in labour at the moment. We were hoping that Jody Lehman was going to play for the Steelers tonight and would be here, but it's going to happen any minute, and Davy Lawrence gets the start.
Davy Lawrence, what kind of pressure is it going to be for him, and what's the team going to play like around him?
It's going to be massive pressure for Davy Lawrence. It's the biggest game the young lad has ever played in. He's a good backup goalie. Is he good enough to backstop the Steelers against the Panthers?
You've said many times, Dave, that a backup goalie cannot win games.
Well, I stand by that, and the Nottingham Panthers will expect to win this game now because of Lawrence in goal. That's no disrespect to Lawrence, a fine lad, a good backup.
Yep.
But when there's a British backup goalie in between the pipes, the other team will expect to win. And Mike Ellis's views will have changed in the last hour or so.
Okay.
He'd have settled for a one-goal loss or a draw. Now he'll want to win this game.
Okay, let's hear from Nottingham's new goalie, Tom Askew, and Sheffield Steelers' Dan Tessier.
Tom, your first Sheffield-Nottingham game and a Challenge Cup final to boost. It gets no bigger, does it?
It's a big game. It's a big game for the players. We're definitely ready for this challenge, and it's a huge game for the fans.
First time, as I've said, that you've played against Sheffield. The rivalry is huge between these two clubs.
It is. I've been hearing about it from all aspects, from the players onto the fans, and that I mentioned the fans. They're really into this game, and I know we'll have a lot of support from our end, and I'm really excited about it.
What's your dressing room like now, just an hour or so before the game? Are you nervous? Is it energised? What's it like?
We're pretty focused.
Yeah.
We've been working on some of our systems the last couple of days. We got away from that the last couple of games, so we'll tighten things up, and we'll be a lot better in our own zone and create more in theirs.
Yeah, will you be defensive tonight, especially as it's a two-legged final and the return leg still to play in your own building?
Well, I think that's where we're successful. We have been successful when we won 10 games in a row, and we went on that stretch. We were playing well defensively. We weren't taking too many chances, but we got away from that, like I said, the last couple of games, and it's really hurt us. So we have to get back to that, and if we do that, we'll be successful.
Dan, welcome back to Sheffield. You couldn't have come into a bigger game, could you?
No, it's a great game to be part of. It's a big rivalry between the two teams and the fans, and hopefully we come out strong tonight and win the game.
You've experienced the rivalry on both sides. Your second spell now with Sheffield. Why come back to the Steelers?
I enjoyed my time here last year. It makes it a lot easier when your family's happy too, and I had a contract for the rest of this season and next year, so it makes it a lot easier.
Okay, what kind of game do you expect tonight against the Panthers?
Well, they're going to come out hard for sure, and we got to do the same. It's our own rink. We got to remember that, and it's going to be a physical game, and the fans are going to get into it. It's just going to be crazy in here. So, you know, like I say, it's this team here got the team to the final, so hopefully I can just help out.
Yeah, does it help that you know a lot of the faces in the dressing room from last year?
Yeah, it's great. The only guy I didn't know was Munn, and I know everybody else, so it was pretty nice to come to a dressing room where, you know, you feel wanted and, you know, you see all the faces from last year. It was great.
Okay, best of luck tonight.
So Tom Askey and Dan Tessier talking to you, Dave. And Dan Tessier back in the lineup for the Sheffield Steelers. What is his addition going to mean to the Steelers in this game?
Well, he's an impact player. He's got great vision. He makes passes that no other player on the ice will be able to do. But he's also a guy who can score big goals. He's a big game player. He's a guy who likes the big occasion. You know what? A Saturday night cold in Basingstoke. I don't fancy Dan Tessier. Yeah. Big final, TV cameras, full house. Oh, Tess, I'm telling you, Tess will turn up tonight.
And everyone knows that goalies are a little bit quirky. What's Tom like?
Tom Askey was very quiet. He was very nervous, but I asked him, I said, what's he like in the dressing room? And he said he was good. And, you know, I've walked past both dressing rooms. They're both a little tense.
All right, Dave, thanks a lot for now. Well, earlier on, you caught up with both head coaches, Mike Ellis and Dave Matzos.
Dave, a huge night, and just an hour before the game, you've got a difficult decision to make. No goalie.
Yeah, it's well, the text came through at 6 this morning. You know, Jody and his wife Raquel are expecting their first, and you know, it's the nature taking its course. So he's still set up at the hospital right now, just waiting. You know, with any luck at all, the baby's going to get out of there in a darn hurry, and he'll be back here for the start of the game. But you know, as it stands right now, Davy Lawrence, our backup, is going to be in.
Does it make a difference how you approach the game, go about playing this game?
Well, I don't think it's going to change our offensive approach. Certainly going to sit down and talk to our D, and you know, I think Davy's quite capable of making that first save. I just want to make sure our D are back there to smother all the rebounds and you know, swat them away, whether it's to the corners or right out of the zone. Doesn't matter to me, but you know, we keep them to the outside and, you know, keep the shots there. Davy's a good goalie, you know, and I think this is a good chance, good opportunity for him, and our D really got to step their game up tonight.
Mike, a huge game when the Steelers and Panthers normally play against each other. You add the fact that it's a Challenge Cup final. It's no bigger, does it?
Well, that's the biggest game of the year for us so far, no doubt about it, and especially against Sheffield, it makes it even tougher.
Tell us about your team tonight. Are you at full strength? Any guys missing?
We're short Robert Stancock, but that's about it right now. We've brought up a young player on a two-way agreement from Peterborough, James, and we're looking pretty strong.
Two-legged final. Does that affect the way you approach this game?
Yes, it does. You take everything in segments. Obviously, we take things one period at a time, but you have to always remember that anytime you have a breakdown that you quickly recoup, because it's a six-period game. There's a lot of hockey to be played. And
Dan Tessier back for the Steelers. You know he's a quality player.
Top-end player. You know, it adds a bit of spice to this whole game. So, yeah, we have to make sure we take care of him and take his time and space away.
And Mr. Wallenberg there. What, no McCaslin?
No, McCaslin. They wouldn't let me pick McCaslin 6 nights running. Now, Patrick Wallenberg, though, has stepped it up, Nick, and in recent weeks we've seen him on our live shows here, you know, play very well. He's a great supporting cast. He's got that great one-timer on the power play. And, you know, I'll say what I said the last time we saw Nottingham play. Nottingham need Wallenberg to play well. Moline and Wallenberg have to support McCaslin, and if they do that, they've got a hell of a strong club here.
Yeah. Okay, and for the Sheffield Steelers, of course, the new guy back in the lineup for the Sheffield Steelers, Dan Tessier.
You know the emotion that would be running through Dan Tessier right now. Look at it, he's only 5'8", but he'll do things on the ice tonight that no other player will be able to do.
Heard he's a good golfer.
He's a great golfer, so the Panthers fans tell me. But let me tell you, he ain't playing golf today. He might be scoring goals today. And he's a competitor. As I said earlier, the bigger the occasion, the better the night for Dan Tessier.
Okay, Dave, I know, quick prediction from you.
I always go with the Sheffield Steelers, but you know what? If I was a complete neutral, which everybody knows I'm not, the Lawrence decision tonight, Nottingham will fancy this. They'll fancy it.
All right, folks, well, coming up after the break, it's the first period of the Sheffield Steelers and the Nottingham Panthers in the first leg of this season's Challenge Cup final. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks. It's the first leg of this season's Challenge Cup final. It's heating up. It's huge.
It's right here, Nick. It's all around us. There are people who are in seats just 1 seat away from us. But I tell you what, Tom Askey is going to be in one of the hottest seats in the house. He starts in goal for the very first time against the Sheffield Steelers here in this Challenge Cup. No Robert Stancock. That means player coach Mike Ellis will move on to defence and partner Myers, Pelletier and Corey Nielsen. Up front, there's a abundance of talent. Can it come together? We know McCaslin is outstanding. Wallenberg and Moline, the pressure on them to be the supporting cast. And also, and a big, big night for Kevin Bergin as well. I think for the Panthers to do well, Kevin Bergin has to play well.
They will be starting with Richardson in between Bergen and McCaslin, with Nielsen and Myers on the points, and Askey asked to guard the pipes.
Sheffield Steelers, of course, no Jody Lehman. He's in hospital with his wife, who at the present time is about to give birth. That means Davy Lawrence gets the start. That's the big story. Hey, that's the only story with the Sheffield Steelers here in this Challenge Cup final first leg. The D is going to play so well in front of Lawrence. Up front, Dan Tessier, 26, Tessier, Talbot and Tate. All three T's, are they going to be the stars for the Sheffield Steelers? There's certainly enough goals in that line.
The starting lineup, as you say, the three T's, or the sub-line as they're going to be known from now on. Tessier, Tate and Talbot with Mon and Sarich on the points. And Davy Lawrence, he's going to be called on a lot tonight, guarding the 2-4.
A big night for Davy Lawrence, a big night for our referee as well. He's going to be Andy Carson, a local man, lives halfway between Sheffield and Nottingham, and what a big night for him. We're ready then, the McCaslin line, the Tate line. It's buzzing around us, absolutely buzzing. It's the Challenge Cup final, first leg, and it's here only on Sky Sports. We started our Sky coverage with a game between the Steelers and the Panthers, and now the biggest game of the year is between the teams coached by David Matzos and Mike Ellis. Early pressure for the Nottingham Panthers. Sheffield contain well, and it is Tessier that gets it out to Tate, making only his third game back after a concussion injury on Boxing Day. Icing is called, and the first whistle blows. Early tempo important, Nick.
It will be, Dave, and of course it's going to be the Sheffield Steelers changing their style of play because Davy Lawrence in goal. They're going to have to be a lot more defensive and think about picking up those rebounds a lot, getting everyone back into the zone. But you know what? When your back's to the wall, teams rise to this, and I'm really looking forward to the Sheffield Steelers and the Nottingham Panthers.
Back up and running as it's Manu tries to clear the zone, can't do so. Panthers peg it in, it's big Ryan Schmier, as Nottingham have changed their lineup for the second units, and the first line still out there for Dave Matzos' men. Of course, as the home team, Sheffield will have the last change, so if David Matzos wants to, he can pick lines. From the outside, Ellis getting the first shot on Davy Lawrence. He just whistled past him. You don't want to put added pressure on there. Well, let's change. It's a 2-on-1. Talbot's the man in the middle. It's Ashley Tate. He shoots, and there's saved by Tom Askey. A 2-on-1 right off the bat for the Sheffield Steelers. Ashley Tate deciding to shoot the puck. Joey Talbot was probably looking for a pass, but Tate's decision, good stop by Askey.
Ashley Tate getting a good opportunity through the neutral zone on a giveaway, comes in, fires it right into the gut of Askey. And Askey, no rebound, right on the point, right doing his job, and then Ashley Tate heading, sniffing for some rebounds, but Big Schmier not happy with that.
Hugely experienced line. Puck doesn't go out. I thought Jeff Legui thought the puck had gone out. Andy Carson now blows his whistle. Another game for a big night. Young 15, Robert Dowd, on a two-way contract between the Sheffield Steelers and the Sheffield Scimitars. He's replacing Warren Tate tonight. Tate fractured a cheekbone in a game against the Coventry Blaze. Shot comes in, patted away by Askey. And Jeff Legui and Doug Shepherd will play with Dowd. Dave Matzos deciding to go with two imports on the, if you like, the third unit. Interception by Legui. Legui's got Shepherd driving the net. Dowd stays high. Legui tries to get the cycle going. Intercepted by Myers. Still with Legui. Trying to get it back to Dowd. Big shot's going to come in from Dejanay. It's tipped home, and the Sheffield Steelers take the lead early in the first period. You can shine your shoes in Steelerland. It's the Steelers 1, the Panthers 0.
Dejanay with the shot from the point, and then I believe someone getting a piece of it in front of the net, deflecting a pass, Tom Askey. But just the start the Sheffield Steelers wanted. Here you can see the shot coming in from Dejanay from the point. Shepherd getting a piece of it. It's tough for goalkeepers. A lot of guys in front of him. Shepherd getting Just enough on it to redirect it past Tom Askey. Sheffield 1-0 up. Exactly what the Sheffield Steelers fans want, and young Lawrence back there, he's going to be happy.
Well, the whole Sheffield Steelers team will be energised by that. They'll have so much confidence by getting that early goal. Bergin collects. It's a 6-period game of hockey, though. No overtime will be played if scores are level tonight. Sarich on a backhand. David Matsos was telling us that he just wanted his defence to clear the puck. That was the only difference he would ask of his team, with Lawrence in goal to Lehman being in goal, was just to clear the puck a little earlier, take fewer chances. Here's Finnerty down the middle, rips one just into the blocker of Askey. Askey makes a save, offside called though, and the building buzzing, Nick, absolutely buzzing.
It is, it's pretty hard to hear yourself right now. Tom Askey, his first trip into the Sheffield Arena, and he's getting a lot of heat already.
One thing that impressed me about Askey in the interviews, though, very calm. There's a man who'll be very relieved right now, David Matsos, very pleased that his team have got off to a good start. Desjardins, who took that shot that was tipped home by Shepherd, out to Tate. So the second shift of the night for the big line for the Sheffield Steelers as Desjardins comes forward, moves the puck, only as far as Moline, who got one straight in the jaw by Tessier. Those two players evenly sized. 5 foot, not a lot. Savage loses out on the boards. Chance out in front for the Panthers. Puck didn't fall nicely for big Ryan Schmier. Steve Munn, glass and out. Helped on its way by Tate. Tessier cuts across the middle, but it's the Panthers with Corey Nelson who chip in. Desjardins collects as the Panthers take the opportunity of a line change. Steelers come with speed with Tate, who's got Talbot to his left. Tate has got Tessier just in front. Here is the Tessier. What a pass Tessier made! And it was Talbot on the back door who just couldn't convert, but Tessier showing his first moment of brilliance. But here is a chance at the other end. Big shot coming in. Puck's moved through the neutral zone where he's picked up by Le Guy. Le Guy manages to keep the puck in. Now it's going to be a chance for Ellis. Goes on a long wide pass to Myers. Myers hits the blue line, fires one straight into the love of Davy Lawrence. And Davy Lawrence will accept those all day long.
He'll love that, gives him a little bit of confidence, but what will give him even more confidence is the sub-line. Look at this movement as they actually gains the blue line, passes it over to Tessier. He finds Talbot on the far side.
Just in the corner of my eye, Nick, I've just seen a Nottingham Panthers player leave the ice. I didn't catch who quite it was. I'm sure we'll get that information up to us here. But one of the Panthers players is out of the game temporarily. He was running, so I think he might have just lost an edge on his skate. Thomas gets a big hit as the Steelers try and break through the middle. Intercepted though. McCaslin's waiting for it. Bergin and Myers couldn't quite combine. Sheffield down the left-hand side. They can't get it in deep though. They've got a player offside and they'll have to regroup. Nottingham now come with their own speed on the right-hand side. It's big Bergin. Bergin and Munn clash. Dowd, well, he just got a nice bounce on the puck there. McCaslin couldn't quite control it. Manzano hits the red line and chips it in. He'll take a change as Finnerty comes onto the ice. Askey helps it on its way, collected by McCaslin. McCaslin to Richardson, and Richardson, just before the blue line, chips it in. Bergin versus Sarich. Sarich gets there first. Nice pass to Finnerty. Finnerty loses out, and Sarich collects. Sarich tries to make a high gamble pass. He falls lucky, and Sarich still has it. Still takes a shot, goes block aside on Askey. Pass again out to Finnerty. Finnerty takes a shot. Schmier it was who just dove low. Jonathan Phillips with a backhand only into the body of the defenseman Peltier. Wallenberg comes, he's got Phillips all over him, still Wallenberg. Goes around the outside of Savage on a wraparound Wallenberg. I don't think Davy Lawrence was expecting that, and he covered his angles pretty well.
He dealt with it well, Dave.
Finnerty and Ellis battling for the puck, and Finnerty gets there first, out muscles. Then Ellis finishes on Hewitt with a high elbow. Hewitt now comes in. Hewitt then, and there's a penalty on the Nottingham Panthers as soon as a white shirt of Nottingham touches the puck. It's power play time for the Nottingham Panthers. Sorry, for the Sheffield Steelers, it's still Jonathan Phillips. He's come on as the extra attacker. Tessier out there as well. Nice pass out in front. Can Tessier get there? No, he can't. Great cycling by the Sheffield Steelers, and that caused the pressure on Nottingham's penalty.
It did, and one of the Nottingham Panthers guilty of throwing an elbow back there, and that's what happens when you're moving the puck nicely and cycling it down low. And the defense, when they want to take the puck, they want to take the body nice, be nice and physical. That's what Ellis tried to do, but his elbow got a little high, on the Sheffield Steelers. He's going to be sitting a 2-minute minor.
We'll see it there. Hewitt and Ellis clash.
He hits him, but he rides up with the elbow. Those are tough calls to make because they look worse than they are, because he did hit him with his shoulder first.
Well, Nielsen clears the puck. Only as far as Joey Talbot. Now Tate on an intercept. Tessier's waiting. Tessier shoots side netting. Talbot, Sarich looking again for the redirect. Tessier collects. Tessier makes the pass to Talbot. Talbot to Tate. Tate has a first shot. Well saved by Askey. Askey's made 2 important saves already. Sarich. Nottingham forcing. Big pass comes in. Oh, Tessier was on the back door. Couldn't make it count. Le Gui finds Tessier. Tessier on the pass to Sarich. Sarich a redirect once, twice. Just clears wide. All Sheffield on the power play. Nottingham not scrambling. They've just got to keep their composure. And with Corey Nielsen out there, they're trying to. Le Gui. Sarich. Myers goes down. McCausland playing the top. Gets back out to Le Gui. Tess wants it. Doesn't get it. Back out to Tate. They're moving the puck well, the Sheffield Steelers. 60 seconds remain on the power play. Jeff Le Gui. Sarich. Le Gui on a one-timer to Ashley Tate. Tessier's got agoraphobia. He's waiting for it, but Le Gui takes a shot. Rebound picks up back to Le Gui. Le Gui. One-timer to Talbot. Askey makes the stop. Miles will try and clear. Talbot dives in. Good work from Ashley Tate. McCausland battles and clears, and Bergin gets a bit of it. All Sheffield.
What a clinic on a power play the Sheffield Steelers have just put on, but equally the Nottingham Panthers have absorbed that pressure and kept the puck out of the net with an absolutely dominant performance by that subline.
Well, you expect big goalies to have big nights, and Askey's made a couple of big stops. Chance out in front, but Desjardins couldn't find his intended target. Munn helps it on its way. Desjardins tries to move the puck forward, intercepted. Good work by Ryan Schmier. And Moline, a little Swedish forward, gets the puck out to his Swedish counterpart, Molenberg. Molenberg back to Moline. Chance short-handed for Moline, but good work from Desjardins as the Panthers are now back to full strength, and they have killed the first Sheffield Steelers power play. We're back 5-on-5. Things just will calm down in a moment. It's frenetic here. You know, Nick, I was speaking to Jonathan Phillips, the Sheffield Steelers captain, the other day, and he said to me that if on Thursday morning one of the Sheffield Steelers players can get out of bed without pain, can even think of going to the gym, then they haven't done their job on Wednesday night. Well, early doors, Sheffield Steelers have certainly done that work ethic. They've brought that to the table.
They have, Dave, and it is that adversity. You know, Jody Lehman in the hospital with his wife, and all the players are going to be thinking about that. You know, he's been a stalwart for the team, so they all have something to play towards now. They're even though it is a cup final, they're cheered up even more, knowing that they've got to back this young Davy Lawrence in goal.
The building full here at the Sheffield Arena. And the NIC will be full on the 20th of February. Mark my words for the return leg. Here's Le Gui, takes a shot, blocker save Askey. Ellis goes to force Le Gui. Puck back out to Talbot, couldn't find Tate. It was Dougie Shepherd, wasn't it? It was Shepherd as Lawrence comes out of his goal to feed Lawrence. Dowd helps it on its way, and as far as Peltier. Peltier moves the puck forward. Ferrara leaves it for Wallenberg. The Panthers in the middle of a line change. A battle down low. Big hit comes in from Steve Munn there on Ferreira. The Panthers fans to my left calling for a penalty there. Puck moves forward. Myers has it. Dowd is all over the back of him. Myers is strong and powerful. Turns on a sixpence, tries to take a shot. Dowd did a good job. Did a really good job. And it's Danny Myers who moves the puck out. Only as far as Levers. Levers waits. And he was waiting for Ferreira to move into the middle, which Ferreira did. He just took his eye off the puck for a moment. Breakaway, Le Gui, Jeff Le Gui and Askey makes the first save. What a great stop by Tom Askey.
Unbelievable
There's a penalty
save.
coming in for a slashing call. But when Le Gui was away, I thought he got Askey beaten on his backhand side, but Askey just got that leg out, Nick.
This is how quick the Sheffield Steelers can counter on you. They've got such great speed. He comes in, Talbot goes to the backhand, and look at Askey as he spreads down into the splits and makes a great save. He's got a defenseman right on the doorstep for to hold on for any rebounds. But again, the Sheffield Steelers driving in there, and they've drawn a penalty against Corey Nielsen of the Nottingham Panthers, and the Sheffield Steelers, we're going to see them on another power play.
Well, the first Sheffield Steelers power play, highly effective, wasn't it? And we saw Tessier and Sarich moving the puck really well.
Beautiful. But it's only beautiful if they put the puck in the net.
That's right, here's Sarich. So key on the power play. Tessier sinks low. Le Guy now finds Tessier. Tessier just cycles the puck, gets it out to Talbot. Talbot tries to move it round to Ashley Tate, but Danny Myers got there first, and now McCausland will clear. Only as far as the red line, though, where it's picked up by Jeff Le Guy. Halfway through this first period. Doug Shepherd's goal separates these two teams. Even-handed strike by Shepherd. Talbot moves the puck forward. Peltier had a chance at it, and Talbot robs it back of him. Danny Myers then puts the puck back into trouble instead of coming out on his strong side. Shots kicked in by Le Guy. Back to Tessier. Le Guy's waiting at the point. Le Guy playing the top of the power play. Tessier, nice pass out to Sarich. Sarich on a play to Ashley Tate, who had half of the net to shoot at from an acute angle, and perhaps will be disappointed. Panthers failed on the first attempt to clear the puck out. They've got it on the second one, and now Sarich has to regroup. Sarich comes with speed. Chips all the way around to Ashley Tate, who will find Tessier. Tessier on a quick pass to Talbot, who didn't expect it, and Ellis jumps on the play, and Ellis will have an out. Instead gives it to Danny Myers, who plays not all the way down the ice, but as far as Desjardins. Puck move forward to Tate. Ellis has got Tate covered, the two GB internationals. Desjardins from where he shot the puck for the first Steelers goal. They miss out. They go to Manzano. Manzano hammers. I don't know if that was a shot or a hard pass to Tessier. Still traffic in front of Askey. Big stop again. And Sheffield are getting the puck to Askey at the moment. Tate. In comes Myers. Tate needs support. He gets it from Shepherd. Man at the back door is Finnerty. Shepherd shoots high over the top of Askey. Only as far as Desjardins. To Manzano. 1 second left. Panthers back to full strength. Chance out in front. And Desjardins couldn't jab it home. But again, more good puck movement. But excellent defensive work by the Panthers. They're keeping the Steelers out.
Again, you know what? It can be as pretty as you want all night, but unless you score, it doesn't count. And Askey getting, I think that may have just gone off the post, but again, he's down and covered. It went off his toe. Great save by Tom Askey. Right now, he's playing out of his pants right now to keep the Nottingham Panthers in this game.
That's why we said he was the one to watch, Nick, wasn't it?
That's right. Right now, Mike Ellis has just got to calm his troops down. He knows that Sheffield have come out here for this 13-odd minutes and played great. He just got to calm them down.
Chance out in front again. Askey dropped it the first time. Finnerty was just in the middle, and the Panthers will come strong. They'll come down through Myers for error intercept. Hewitt has to just dive out of the way. It's Nielsen with a bomb, but it fires into the Sheffield Steelers defenseman. Myers still has that loose puck. Steelers can't clear. Peltier jumps in. Big hit from Jonathan Phillips on Peltier, but Peltier got to the puck first. Steelers collect with their captain Phillips. Phillips versus Corey Nielsen. Hewitt can't pick up on the loose puck, and now Richardson will break. Slash comes in from Hewitt. Lawrence makes the stop behind his own goal. Sheffield with puck possession with just 6.5 minutes remaining in this first period. It's the Challenge Cup final. It gets no bigger than the Steelers and the Nottingham Panthers. Robert Dowd, who was playing for the Scimitars at the weekend in the EPL, is now in the Challenge Cup final, playing a regular shift on the second line. He's got to do a tough job here as well. He's going to go into the corner with McCaslin, and McCaslin, one of the premium players in the BMI Baby Elite League. Bergin, strong and powerful, protects the puck well, but young Dowd does a pretty smart job on him, but Bergin comes out with it, just using his strength and his experience. Sheffield will try and clear. Ellis does a good job keeping the puck in. McCaslin gets it. Hit comes in from Thomas. McCaslin's been let free to walk to the front of the net. He had to come out to the back, and Sheffield with Le Guy will clear, and they do clear. Peltier has to turn to go and chase it.
Nottingham Panthers with some good puck control in the Sheffield Steelers zone. And like I said, they've just got to calm down right now. They know that Sheffield has come out here. They're playing out of their skin like a bunch of men with capes on. And Nottingham know that can't last all game, and they've got to be patient.
Here's Tate, takes a shot. Askey makes another stop. Myers had Tate. Tessier's the free man, takes the shot. Askey makes another save. If Nottingham can move the puck quickly, and they can, Moline was free. Moline rides the hit from Munn. It was Sarich who got back. Sheffield will now try and come through the right-hand side, but Corey Nielsen did a good job just robbing the puck from Dan Tessier. Moline has the puck taken from him. Danny Myers will fire it in. Sarich turns on a sixpence and goes and gets it back. It's frenetic. It hasn't really calmed down. And it's end-to-end stuff here at the Sheffield Arena. Nottingham Panthers fans, they start getting excited. They're trying to get behind their team. Their team, of course, without Robert Stankock, the Slovakian defenseman. Tessier comes, gets the puck to Saric. Saric moves forward. Headmans the puck on the blue line, gets it back to Talbot. Talbot gets the shot away. Askey makes the save, but I don't think he knew much about it, Nick.
I don't know how Talbot got the shot away. Unbelievable. He was tied all up, and but he managed to use his strength and his speed on his skates, and he still gets the shot away.
Ashley Tate takes the pass from Talbot, takes the shot, doesn't find Askey this time, and Peltier will try and clear. He doesn't, though. He loses out. Sheffield's pass found nobody, and Desjardins just chips in. Askey helps it on its way. Line change. Sheffield Steelers supporters behind David Matzos' bench give him a rousing reception. Phillips jumps in on an intercept. Finnerty, will he find Phillips? Jason Hewitt's out there as well. Stick between Finnerty's legs. No penalty call by Andy Carson. He's just letting this one flow. It's Steelers Panthers in a final. It's for men tonight. Great play by Richardson, but he got out-muscled. Desjardins with an outlet pass that couldn't find Finnerty, and it turns on a sixpence. Offside waved off. Manzano clears just, and Hewitt has to come and help it on its way. One-time pass finds Richardson. Richardson headmans the puck, but Desjardins came in from nowhere. No penalty called. Berging. McCaslin just went straight for the front of the net. Sheffield can't get the puck out of the defensive zone, and it's Manzano who finds Phillips, the Steelers captain. He runs into trouble, and there'll be a whistle here, I would have thought. Yes, there is a whistle just on cue, and it has been end-to-end, Nick.
It has been end-to-end. Great, exciting game. We could see that, and both teams, they want to start playing physical, and Desjardins does against Richardson, and they go hard against the boards. And good hockey. We've seen good end-to-end, good puck movement, good shots, great goaltending. It's everything you want in a cup final.
Hey, Nick, have we got the super slow-mo going there? That's a great shot there of the hit from Desjardins on Richardson. But the Nottingham Panthers slowly getting back into this one. And right now, with the chances Sheffield have had, they would have liked to have been more than one up. And quite frankly, Nottingham will take 1-0 down at the moment. Sheffield, though, when they come with speed. It's Dowd's turn. Gets it back to the goal scorer, Shepherd, who fired a bullet. Took a little bit of a deflection, and that made the stop from Askey even better. Wallenberg cuts to the middle. Goes to the outside now with Moline. Chips in. Big Ryan Schmier goes to get it. Schmier, who will miss his confrontations with Jeremy Cornish, who was released by the Steelers last week, for Tessier to come in. But Schmier will play an important role on the second unit. Doug Shepherd moves the puck out to the left-hand side. Le Guy just took his eye off it, but it ended up hitting the linesman. Thomas collects. And the Sheffield Steelers, with just over 2 minutes to go in the first period, lead by a 0-0. Myers comes hard on Saric, and it's with Thomas, who just dumps the puck down, collected by Tate. He tried to get it back to Talbot, couldn't do so. Defensive change for the Sheffield Steelers, who now have Munn and Desjardins, who's on the puck on the ice. They move the puck forward. Bad pass from Munn. Ferreira intercepted. Levers, Mark Levers, does a nice job. Myers goes to the net, so does Ferreira. Can Tate get to the puck first? He can, but he just loses out. Back to Desjardins. And the Panthers are coming, and the Panthers are coming hard, and Sheffield clear the puck.
A couple of wayward passes by the Sheffield Steelers there, and that gave the Nottingham Panthers possession in the Steelers' end, and that's what the Steelers have got to not do. You know, they got to figure out what, you know, that they don't have Jody Lehman behind them, but they want to play a game where they don't take a lot of risks and they don't make any mistakes.
Eliminating errors, it's what every coach will tell you is so important. Mike Ellis started the year off as a coach, but since PC Druin was fired, has had to play as Mike Ellis has scoured the world for a replacement. Final minute of the first period. Sheffield try and intercept, can't happen. Richardson breaks with the pucks. Sheffield will try and clear the zone. No errors in the last minute will be the message from their coach, Dave Matzos. Pressure on David Lawrence will be what Ellis will be telling the Panthers. Here is Richardson, takes a shot. Lawrence with the save. Jonathan Phillips clears to the neutral zone. Danny Myers to Corey Nielsen. Nielsen chips in, but not far enough, and the puck is still in the neutral zone, and Sheffield just outwork in that moment there, the Nottingham Panthers, but a long outlet pass comes to McCausland, takes a shot. David Lawrence with the important save, and the Steelers fans getting behind Lawrence with every save that he makes. Sheffield doing a good job though to keep the Panthers to the outside. Phillips with speed, forehand, backhand, puts the brakes on. Spearman Hewitt, chance out in front. Hewitt had a chance, but just a millisecond. Excellent work by Schmier on the back check, and Schmier has saved his team from going 2-0 down. Final hooter goes at the end of the first period. A frenetic first period. There's been power plays, excellent opportunities out in front. Sheffield have had the best on it, but it's Dougie Shepherd that has scored the only goal. Steelers lead 1-0. More to follow. Don't go away. Well, welcome back, folks, to the second period of the Challenge Cup final first leg. Nick, we're just grabbing our breath. What a great first period.
Unbelievable first period. You got to say that you got to tip your hat to the Sheffield Steelers, how they came out knowing that their number one goaltender isn't going to be here. They all stepped up to the plate. They gave 20-minute performance like Superman. And young Davy Lawrence stood up at the plate. He did well, faced a few shots, turned them all back. He's going to feel more and more comfortable as this game goes on. But the Nottingham Panthers, they know that Sheffield would have come out hard there. They've soaked up the pressure, and they're going to come out a lot stronger in this period.
What do you think the Nottingham Panthers have got to do to get the puck to Lawrence? What have they got to do better?
Just keep to their game plan before they knew that Jody Lehman was not going to be playing, and stop going for these long shots and trying to put Davy Lawrence off. They've just got to use their offensive talent that they have, work the puck in down low, get the shots from the points, and they'll get more offensive opportunities as the game goes on, and their confidence will grow as well.
Well, Sheffield outshot the Nottingham Panthers 3-1 in that first period, predominantly because of the three guys on the ice at the moment, Talbot, Tate and Tessier. Sarich keeps the puck in, moves the puck forward, goes behind Askey's goal. 17-5 the shots in that first period. 5 shots on Davy Lawrence. Sheffield keeping the Nottingham Panthers to the outside. Corey Nielsen moves the puck only across to Bergin. Bergin will collect, go back to Nielsen, gets the puck rubbed off him. Talbot can't keep it in. McCausland cuts across, and Sarich it is who just tries to move the puck into the offensive zone. Intercepted though by Danny Myers. David Lawrence makes the stop, and that's a difference between a British goalie and the import goalie. Davy will look to perhaps stop the puck where perhaps Lehman looks to move it a little bit. First minute gone then, second session. Steelers still lead from Doug Shepherd's goal. Dejanay gets the puck, doesn't actually clear. Le Guy goes to cover, but it's the Nottingham Panthers with Wallenberg. Moline goes to help. Schmier's waiting for the one-timer. Moline almost picked up the pass from Wallenberg. Sheffield will clear through Munn into the neutral zone where Peltier will go and collect. Nottingham Panthers will also know this is a 6-period hockey game. Second leg being played at the NIC in Nottingham on the 20th of February. They'll take 1-0 tonight. They'll take 1-0. Dowd gets knocked off the puck by Myers. In comes quickly and hard is Shepherd. Le Guy waiting high. Just 2 men low for Sheffield. Myers tries to move the puck out. Dowd with a little bit of a cycle goes to Doug Shepherd. Shepherd though loses out. Good work by Mike Ellis. Great work by Ellis actually. And his pass though couldn't find Ferreira. Thomas gets there first. Dowd will try and help it on its way. Dowd does knock it through into the neutral zone.
Just shows you how strong Mike Ellis still is, even though he's been on the bench for a while and retired, and how he just muscled the Sheffield Steelers off the puck there to clear the zone, and must stay in shape, must be in the gym, not like you and me, eh, Dave?
Certainly not
no.
me.
Yeah.
Jim's calf, that's about as far as I get. Bergin goes into the face-off circle to take that, moving Richardson aside. Long shot comes just to the blocker's side of Tom Askey. The experienced Munn in his first season with the Steelers. Phillips will go chasing. Myers cuts across. Myers of the Danny direction, variety. Chance out in front, big chance, second chance. Hewitt had 2 bites of the cherry, but excellent work there by Richardson. Long shot comes in and scores. McCausland from the outside. I think he went over the shoulder of Davy Lawrence, and the Nottingham Panthers are back in this one. Less than 3 minutes gone, second period. It's the Steelers 1, the Panthers 1.
Well, at the beginning of the game, you mentioned McCaslin. You mention him every game. He's got such great quality, and he's going in on his off wing. Takes a shot. It looks like for the short side here. And he beats Davy Lawrence 1-1. Let's see where it goes. Just on the near side there. Maybe a bit of a screen.
Now, short side goal, and Davy Lawrence will want that one back. And that will give energy to the Nottingham Panthers. That will give them some vibrance. And the Sheffield Steelers will know that was a soft one to give away. And how will that affect them? Is that a momentum turning moment in this second period, in this game, the first leg of the Challenge Cup final? The Panthers back in it. Were they ever out of it? Pass outside to Dejanay, but it was rushed by Finnerty. It was all the way back behind Lawrence's goal. And he'll be looking to make the next big save, Davy Lawrence. He'll know he's given the Panthers one there. Wallenberg turns on a sixpence. Hewitt just caught off guard. Sarich leaves his man, and Munn comes across and takes Myers out. The Panthers fans to our left, they get going. Myers on his toes. And you know what? When Myers gets going on his toes, he cycles well. Sheffield have lost some composure here. The Nottingham Panthers there with good puck possession, and they just kept getting the puck in deep. And Sheffield, who cleared very, very well in the first period, just struggled for a moment there. They'll perhaps fare better with the Talbot line out, but Talbot loses it to Nielsen, who fires one. Lawrence seemed to have it covered as the puck reams all the way around. And Sheffield just on the back foot a little bit at the moment.
They're on the back foot. They've got to be careful because Nottingham, they've got a little sniff for blood here. And the Sheffield Steelers, they've got to stay composed now and just make sure they protect Lawrence a little bit better and get this sub-line down in the Nottingham zone.
Ferreira to the outside. Thomas goes to collect him. McCaslin drives the net. McCaslin with a cross-check right into the back of Manzano, out of sight of Andy Carson. He does a bit of everything, doesn't he, Sean McCaslin? Scores, makes plays, he's tough. Peltier in a foot race, intercepted. Tessier takes free. It's Talbot, shoots the puck right into the glove of Askey. Super stop by Tom Askey.
Yeah, it wasn't right into the glove. Askey moved it up there pretty quick. Askey, really impressed with his style. I like butterfly goalies. I think they're exciting to watch. He goes down, gets the trapper up high. But a great play by Tessier for the no-look pass behind his back, and great play.
Mike Ellis, the coach of the Nottingham Panthers, on the puck now. He'll be delighted with the start his team have made in this middle period. Thomas hammers in. Askey comes to collect.
Oh.
Loose puck out in front. Dowd takes a shot. Askey just lost it in the plexiglass there, and it just fell on the wrong side to the Sheffield Steeler. Bergin will clear down the middle where McCaslin will go chasing. Manzano goes to cover. McCaslin there on his own a bit. He's looking for support. Support came with Richardson. The pass didn't quite get to him. Dowd has to be strong. He was. He made the pass, but Sheffield have got to be strong as they clear out. They came out on the weak side. Thomas now with speed. Red line gets it out. Back to Thomas. Thomas takes a shot. Askey makes the stop. And Thomas combining well there with Jason Hewitt.
You know, Dave, we talked about this is Askey's first trip to the Sheffield arena, and you can see behind the goals, you've got the stanchions, the aluminum stanchions, the holds of glass in place, and that's what happened is Sheffield know that every once in a while, if you rim it in high, just above the boards, it can kick off one of those, and Askey knows that now anyway.
It couldn't be tighter in the first leg of the Challenge Cup. Sarich tries to step in. Can he get his forehand to it? No, he can't. Only comes out as far as Munn, who chips in. Finnerty on the puck. Myers rides the challenge. Jonathan Phillips, the Steelers captain, gets involved in a battle with Wallenberg. Myers joins the play. Now Finnerty comes in. Still good work as they cycle well, the Sheffield Steelers. But in fairness, the Nottingham Panthers kept them to the outside for as long as they could. But when the chance did come, it was perhaps a weak shot. Phillips just got deflected over Ryan Finnerty. That's why icing is waved off. Bergin finds Myers. Takes the change. Dejanay collects behind the goal of Davy Lawrence. Talbot looks for Tate. Tate collects. Tate's looking back for Talbot. Tate comes in, Tate collects now, off Ellis. Tessier gets it back to Sarich with a long shot. Askey looked a little worried, but actually got it covered perfectly well. This is certainly the line that looks like doing something for the Sheffield Steelers. So it should. It's got Tessier, Talbot and Tate on it. Sounds like a firm of barristers, doesn't it? Tessier loses out to Ferreira. Talbot collects. And this line will skate. It's got 3 players that can play wing, 3 players that can play centre. And that's what makes it so difficult to contain. But the Panthers have done a good job containing it. Levers, no penalty called as the Panthers would wish. To our left, Myers rides the blue line, cuts inside, makes a great play. Myers, super first stop, penalty coming in against the Sheffield Steelers.
Myers with a great work on the counter, back in their zone, gets the puck up through the neutral zone, just gains the line, and then 1-on-2, and he splits the D. Cheeky play, but a great move. And the Sheffield Steelers guilty of perhaps not taking the body. Desjardins maybe could have come in on him, but a good save by Lawrence, and especially to hold on to the rebound and keep Myers from driving that puck over the goal line.
Power play time then for the Nottingham Panthers. Let's see how the Panthers will play. McCaslin out there with Bergin, Nielsen. Sheffield will try and force it. McCaslin on the puck at the moment. Sean McCaslin gets it back to Myers. McCaslin moves to Bergin. Bergin, he looks ungamely when he moves the puck around to Richardson. Nielsen on his backhand side. Back to Sean McCaslin. 30 seconds gone. McCaslin moves the puck into Richardson. Bergin jumps into the corner first. Sarich cuts a crop. McCaslin on the drop pass. Thomas will force. They get it back to Corey Nielsen. Nielsen on a nice play to Richardson. Richardson, is he going to look for the long outlet pass? No, he goes to McCaslin. McCaslin gets forced by Sarich. Forced, and Sarich and the Sheffield Steelers clear. But they only clear to Richardson. Richardson headmans the puck. McCaslin stays wide. But Sheffield will have a second bite to clear, and they will, but no, they won't. Twice man out in front is Sean McCaslin. Sheffield let McCaslin go. And the Nottingham Panthers have turned this game around. A power play strike for the Panthers. It's Mark Richardson and Bergin. So Bergin, the goal scorer. Bergin and McCaslin pounced on the loose puck. And a power play goal.
The Nottingham Panthers lucky to keep that puck in there, and no one touching Bergin or McCaslin, both guys free. And Dave, I know it's a power play, but you got to have your guys in front of Lawrence there. You know you got to protect him on this. Look at 2 Nottingham Panthers all alone in front of Lawrence, and that's a breakdown on your penalty killing unit.
I'd even take you back a little bit before that, Nick. Sheffield had 2 bites to clear the puck. They didn't. Get the puck into the neutral zone. Power play strike for the Panthers. They lead now by 2-1 here at the Sheffield Arena. They've turned this game around in just 8.5 minutes. Interesting about the power play. Let's see what Sean McCaslin says the Nottingham Panthers have to do well on a power play.
I think our goal is just to outnumber the other team and get pucks up to the top and get as many shots on net as possible and have our forwards crash in the net and banging a few rebounds.
They didn't need a rebound there.
McCaslin would have been on the rebound if Lawrence had made the stop off Bergin's shot. He didn't. And it is the Nottingham Panthers who are taking this first leg to the Sheffield Steelers. Steelers who started dominantly. Panthers have retaliated. Here comes Finnerty, takes one high over Askey. Askey, who has looked solid in goal for Nottingham. Sheffield with Peltier, and Peltier does a great job there, out-muscling Jonathan Phillips. He doesn't clear the zone though. Desjardins chips back in. Phillips collects, Ellis comes across. Moline covers Jason Hewitt. Steelers cycle again. Phillips will try and find Finnerty, but Peltier clears, only as far as Wallenberg. Sheffield are keeping the puck deep, but they're not getting any traffic right in front, and Nottingham are doing a good job keeping everything at the moment to the outside. Munn fires one. Ellis can't quite get his stick on it. Schmier will just cover the puck and moves it forward to Moline. Collected by Schmier got it in deep, still Moline. Still Wallenberg, now gets it to Moline. And Desjardins clears. Finnerty on the right-hand side. Ferreira cuts across. Ferreira's got Finnerty beaten for speed and just chips back in the neutral zone. The Panthers have taken the game to the Sheffield Steelers middle period, and the Panthers have started to dominate the Sheffield Steelers. They're winning those 50-50 battles, Nick.
They are now. The first period, obviously, the Sheffield Steelers were more dominant, but Nottingham, as we said, they were going to do.
Shot comes in from Tessier.
They've got the momentum back in their favour.
And the Nottingham Panthers know that they have got the Sheffield Steelers rattled. The Sheffield Steelers know that a bit as well. Talbot tries to take a shot. Levis collects in his glove, drops it, red line, bangs it in. Lawrence directs his defenseman. Manzano finishes on Myers, just down below our camera position. Sheffield will now come with speed. Good hit from Peltier, great hit from Peltier. Ellis comes in to collect. Steelers finish on their hits as well. The body is being taken at every opportunity here in Sheffield. It's a battle, and Peltier is giving as good as he gets. And Ashley Tate gives it back. And Peltier and Tate stand at the red line, hacking and chopping, and the game goes on around them. Tate now loses out. Richardson intercepts. Offside will be called, or should be called, when Bergen touched the puck. It wasn't. Corey Nielsen, calm, personified on the puck tonight. Chips forward. No flow to it right now. It's frenetic. It's a typical local derby. The flow hasn't come as the long pass goes in from Shepherd right into the glove of Tom Askey. David Matzos, what's going through his mind at the moment? He saw his team take that early advantage with Doug Shepherd. But here it's Nielsen, and Savage just sinks low to get it. But he's seen his team, of course, lose out. Here's Legui with speed, forehand, backhand shot comes out, rebound. Well, what a good stop, because he controlled his rebound. And Robert Dowd couldn't make it to the loose puck. Askey is impressing me every time a shot goes in on him. He looks in control.
The stronger the longer this game goes on, the more rubber he's facing, the stronger he's looking.
No, David Lawrence will be disappointed in his defenseman for that second goal. They had an opportunity to clear the puck. They didn't. And then they left the front of their goal just completely uncovered. Finnerty with the shot. Puck's caught in the back of the net. Finnerty still got it. Finnerty on a wraparound. And Nielsen takes Finnerty down. Now Nielsen turns to Finnerty's line mate. Bit of afters. Finnerty gets involved. And now there's a bit of push and shove. And grab a partner, go for a dance. Ryan Finnerty and Jonathan Phillips not backing down. Corey Nielsen gets moved out of the way by Danny Myers. Ryan Finnerty trying to get his team going.
And those are the places to do it, Dave. We've talked about it all year. You want to try and get a goalie who's growing in confidence off of his game. Park right on the doorstep. Have a little jab at his pads when the whistle's gone. Have him push around, and it can get under goalies' skins. Little plays like this. And it also gives your team a little bit of confidence when you start trying to bear in on draws and driving to the net for rebounds.
A tenacious little so-and-so, Ryan Finnerty. Every team has one.
You think?
Well, if you look at people all around the league, every team's got one of those buzz-around players who just wants to get in your face and try and make something happen. Sheffield try and cycle the puck, but Nottingham doing a good job in this second period of keeping things to the outside. Long outlets from Manzano, just ends up in Askey's glove, and then Nottingham break away, but intercepted. And a penalty is being called, and it's going against the Nottingham Panthers. So the Sheffield Steelers are about to go on the power play.
Big Corey Nielsen getting called for, I think, roughing. Or let's have a look anyway. Might have been boarding or roughing, but that's the size mismatch. I'd love to be that big, but I hate to be that big because, people are looking at you. Definitely the referees are looking at you, and I think it was just a little bit before that. I think he got his gloves up in the face of Finnerty there, and he get called for the roughing. But now we've got another penalty coming up. I think McCaslin's going to be caught on the slash.
Yeah. So 5-on-3 power play time for the Sheffield Steelers. Andy Carson making his mark in this game. McCausland goes across.
Well, McCausland coming in. There's the hack right there. Right in front of Andy Carson. He's going to call that.
So the Sheffield Steelers need to get back in it right here, right now, don't they, Nick? 5-on-3, they won't get a better opportunity.
They have got to they've got to capitalize on this. They've had a couple of power plays earlier on in the first period, and they were so dominant. Now they've got a two-man advantage. Let's see this subline rock and roll.
Sarich, top of the circle, 5-on-3 power play. Tate out there for the Sheffield Steelers. Look at Peltier, keeps his eye on the puck at all time. One-timer comes in, long shot. Askey makes another outstanding stop. Tessier gets there first, but he gets it back to Le Gouy. Le Gouy back to Tessier. Tessier steps inside, one-time pass to Sarich. Sarich down low to Tate. Back to Sarich on a one-timer. Chance out in front. Askey again making an outstanding stop. 30-second killed on the 5-on-3. Askey again coming, well, not to the rescue of the Panthers, but certainly stepping up to the plate. Sarich comes with speed. The Panthers fans to my left applaud their goalie and their team. Tate gets the brakes on. Sheffield try and set up. Tate goes behind Askey's goal. 60 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Back to Le Gouy. Tessier down low. They looked for Talbot in the middle. He got deflected and it found Ashley Tate. Now it's with Sarich on a one-timer. Long shot comes off the backboards. Only as far as Tessier. Tessier's looking for Tate on the back door. Chance forced to Talbot. And Joey Talbot ties it on a 5-on-3 power play. Tessier, Talbot and Tate combined. We're tied at 2 and we've got a game on.
Game on, and funny enough, we've seen these players put tic-tac-toe plays together, and then this one, just a misfire from Ashley Tate, and it comes up to Talbot in the low slot. But you can see Tessier here. He tries to find Tate down low, and Tate couldn't quite get a handle on it and kind of fluffs it out into the slot, and Talbot's jogging on the doorstep and fires it up over Askey, and it's 2-2. And the Sheffield Steelers have still got 50 seconds on a power play.
And that's an important thing to remember, Nick. Still 50 seconds of 5-on-4 power play for David Matsas' men.
There's Dave Matsas. He's going to be pleased with his boys, but on the other bench, Mike Ellis is having a word with Andy Carson. It'll be interesting to see what he's saying.
But in all fairness, Nick, he can't argue about that second penalty. McCausland, it's a two-handed slash.
It was a two-handed slash. You know, we have the benefit of that replay, and it was right in front of Andy Carson. And it wasn't as if McCausland took a whack at Finnerty's stick. It was actually right across the top of his gloves. And you could even see Finnerty wince. And like I say, it was right in front of Andy Carson, so he's got to call it.
Well, the game's going, and it's ebbing and flowing. First the Steelers, then the Panthers, now the Steelers. It's what makes these games theatre when you come to watch the Steelers and the Panthers. Finnerty comes in, but the Panthers will collect, and with just 30 seconds left on the kill, they'll kill a few more seconds off as they chip behind Davy Lawrence's goal. 22 seconds then, a 5-on-4 advantage. Sheffield hammer the puck in, only as far as Finnerty. Finnerty collects. Can he get good puck possession? Gets it out to Shepherd. Doug Shepherd walks in, takes the shot, rebound. Shepherd, second bite of the cherry. Back out to Dejanay. Dejanay's got Munn alongside him, but instead went down low. They tried to find Finnerty at the back door, but the Panthers do a good job of killing. And in fact, they're now 5-on-5, and the outlet pass is McCausland. 3-on-2 perhaps if the Panthers play it right. And McCausland got the puck taken off him, so did Wallenberg. Phillips on a bit of a breakaway, but the goal has moved down at the far end of the rink behind Davy Lawrence, and the whistle blows, and the play will come back.
And that goal is going to help Davy Lawrence, so he's going to say right now to himself, it's a 2-2 game with 4 minutes left in the second. I'm doing everything I can to keep my team in this, even though I'm a backup goalie. So he's going to feel a lot more confidence, especially if they can go into the next intermission 2-2, if not 1-up.
Only 4 weeks ago, it was the Nottingham Panthers who were without an import goalie. Tom Askey had a virus, was terribly ill. Jeff Woolhouse, the Panthers backup, he went in goal. Sheffield won that game on a penalty shot shootout.
That was 2-2 after regulation, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then in a penalty shot shootout. David Lawrence's turn. Can he go one better than Woolhouse?
That'll mean your theory's out the window, eh?
Yeah. Well, you know me. I'll hold the... Here's Le Gouy with the big long shot, and he just got a deflection past Askey.
Yeah, you've been wrong before, haven't you, big fella?
So people tell me. I can never remember, Nick, but so people tell me. The Sheffield Steelers trying to prove Dave Sims wrong. Can they do it? Of course, I hope they can, but the Nottingham Panthers will feel that they have an advantage there, that they have an opportunity there with Lawrence in goal. And as we said before, no disrespect to Lawrence. Great backup goalie, playing his heart out, trying to stop everything in the same way as Woolhouse did a few weeks ago. But players will tell you they expect to win those games. What a great job by Myers. He just walks out of a corner with the puck. He's done that so many times. The loose puck out in front. Dejanay finishes.
You could just see that as well. We'll see what happens here. That's it, the Steelers in there protecting their goalie. Dejanay getting the gloves up there. But Patrick Wallenberg had a chance. He rolled in on that far wall across the blue line. And you could almost see he was sniffing, shoot, 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 before he had a chance to actually get a hold of the puck. And actually bobbled over his stick. He didn't get the shot away because they're thinking so much about shooting. And here's a good play by Dave Lawrence to peel up his skate against that post and stop the puck from going in. But Dejanay making a statement against Ferrero, just saying, you take another jab at him next time and I'll take your jaw off. Got to protect your goalie.
Always protect your goalie. Davy Lawrence stands protecting his goal in his blue crease. The Sheffield Steelers have done a good job protecting him. He's made some good stops tonight. 2 have got past him, 2 have got past Askey. And less than 55 seconds now remain in this first period. Corey Nielsen moves the puck forward through the neutral zone, doesn't go anywhere. I think icing will be called here, Nick. Yeah, it will be. Thomas touches the puck. Here's Jason Hewitt. Chips the puck down. Nielsen goes into the corner first. Finnerty collects. Traffic in front of Askey. There's Jason Hewitt. Jason Hewitt on the puck at the moment. Gets his back to his defenseman, Mark Thomas. Thomas just loses out there and then takes the puck off Bergie. Hits the red line with 17 seconds. Drops the puck into the neutral zone, into the offensive zone. Thomas collects again. Hewitt drives the net. Can Finnerty find him? Finnerty with just a handful of seconds. This period's just expiring as it just ticks down the clock just in front of our eyes. Savage with a late chance. The Hooters goes. Well, the first period was dominated by David Matsos' men. The second period, Mike Ellis will be a proud Nottingham Panthers coach. They hit 2 without reply to go 2-1 up before the Steelers have levelled it at 2-2. We've got a great third period to come. Don't you dare go anywhere. It gets no bigger than the Nottingham Panthers and the Sheffield Steelers. Challenge Cup final, first leg here at the Sheffield Arena. And what a game we've had. The Steelers dominating the first, the Panthers coming back in the second. Story of this one, though, the Steelers continually outshooting Nottingham.
You know what, and that's going to surprise a lot of people because they would have expected before this game the Nottingham Panthers want to pepper Lawrence's goal. But you know what, Dave, before this game, you could feel an atmosphere down in the tunnels. And I think that everyone was going, is Jody going to make it? Is he? And I think it's affected the Nottingham Panthers a little bit more than it's actually affected the Sheffield Steelers. The Sheffield Steelers have gone, let's just buzz, guys. Forget who's in goal. Let's just play hockey normally. They've come out, played very energetic and in-your-face hockey, and I think they've really surprised the Nottingham Panthers.
Dan Tessier playing his first game back with the Sheffield Steelers with a face-off victory over Kevin Bergin. They would have played against each other last year when Bergen was in Basingstoke. And McCausland, who rides the challenge of Munn, takes it into the corner. Gets the puck forward to Bergen, who scores right off the bat. He fanned on it as well, but McCausland just had the jump right off the bat. And he moved the puck forward. Bergen got there first, and he shoots over Davy Lawrence. The Panthers lead 3-2.
And that's exactly what they've had to do this whole game, is get the pucks in on Lawrence. Feed from McCausland out front. And actually, it looks like it takes a little bit of a deflection from Bergen.
Yeah.
And it kind of fluffs up over top of Lawrence, and he's very unfortunate at that. But I don't think any goalie in the league would have stopped that. And look at the way it just takes a little fluff. He was expecting a lot harder shot, and it comes in at half pace and just over his glove hand.
Kevin Bergen's goal. Puts the Panthers ahead for the second time tonight. The Steelers led 1-0, Doug Shepard, but back came the Nottingham Panthers. First through McCausland, then through Bergin. Steelers equalise through Tate. And now Bergin grabs his second, and the Panthers lead 3-2. Shepard headmans the puck, and of course the coaches would have decided that how they wanted to open this game up, and that's exactly not what Dave Matsos would have ordered. Interesting to see how the Panthers will play this. Icing being called. So Jeremy Cornish, as we said, he's made way for Dan Tessier. And would you have gone with that going into the playoffs, Nick? Going for perhaps a little bit more finesse, a bit more speed and skill?
Any day of the week, any day of the week. I mean, Cornish obviously adds that physical presence to the Sheffield Steelers, but really only physical when he fought.
That's right, not a big bump and grind guy. But here's Shepard. He's looking for Legui. Legui, there's a penalty coming in, and a penalty against the Nottingham Panthers. It's power play time for the Sheffield Steelers as Nielsen goes to the penalty box.
There's the chipping call by Corey Nielsen, just trying to take his guy out. Getting the stick caught up in the skate there, and draws the penalty. And the Sheffield Steelers dominant so far, dominant looking anyway, on the power play.
And the puck gets all the way down behind the goal to Davy Lawrence. And here comes Rod Sarich. Sarich comes with speed. Sarich moves the puck forward. Sarich skates back. Sheffield looking to get good puck control, looking good puck possession. Legui has to come back, and Nottingham doing a good job just filling the neutral zone. Jeff Legui, red line, chips it in. Sheffield Steelers going to try and dig the puck out. They haven't got their big line out there right now because they were just coming off the shift. Here is sorry, they have got their big line. Talbot takes a shot through traffic. Tessier found him well. Only is out to Sarich. Talbot gets it out to Sarich. Ashley Tate just in front of Askey. Tessier, nice pass out front. Ashley Tate, oh, on the back door. Talbot made a gilt-edge play to Tate. And Askey got across with a fantastic stop. Tom Askey, he's controlling this game right now. Sarich gets it out to Talbot. 30 seconds left on the Sheffield Steelers power play. It's still with Dan Tessier. Tessier waits, patience, back to Legui, back to Sarich. Legui takes a long shot blocker save by Tom Askey. Sarich on a rink-wide pass to Tessier. 18 seconds on the Sheffield Steelers power play. Talbot helps it on its way, and Kevin Bergin has already got a brace. He can't quite clear. Tessier has it, pass to Sarich. Sarich on a one-timer. It's Ashley Tate who's got Talbot just in front of him. Instead goes to Legui. Legui with a shot. Tessier at the back door. Back to Legui. The Panthers are back to full strength, and Askey makes another outstanding stop. Not once, not twice. 3 big stops from Tom Askey.
And that middle one off of Tate, probably, look at the way these guys move the puck around. Askey down, throws the rebound out to the corner. They come in again, another shot and another save. But that one pass from Tessier to Talbot to Tate was an unbelievable tic-tac-toe play, and we were thinking that was going to go in. And I've got to say that's got to be the save of the game, if not one of the saves of the year.
Legui versus Bergin. Bergin with a brace of goals tonight. Gets the puck back to Nielsen. Pass out to the right-hand side where McCaslin will go into the corner first. Munn on a backhand, chips out. Slash comes in from Shepard as he tries to hack that puck out of his defensive zone. But the Panthers keep it in. Bergin gets taken down by Dowd. No penalty call. Dowd's got to get to that puck first. He doesn't. Excellent work by McCaslin. McCaslin on a mission. Gets the puck to the net. Kicked away by Lawrence. Dowd goes into the corner. Bergin comes and finishes hard through the neutral zone. Nielsen tries that long outlet pass to Ferreira, collected by Sarich. Sarich, nice play forward. Delayed offside, and Nottingham will, well, they try to come, but then have to get a line change. A
think McCaslin and some of the forwards for the Nottingham Panthers starting to look a little bit frustrated now. A couple of passes not getting put together, and I think McCaslin upset with Andy Carson there. He was skating through the high slot there and getting hooked and pulled out, and he was going, where's the penalty, ref?
Sheffield come with speed as they gain the zone. Le Guy in the corner, but Schmier collects on his backhand, goes out to Peltier. Wallenberg collects. Wallenberg, though, took the puck back in his defensive zone and a turnover. Sheffield get the puck and go behind Askey's goal. Le Guy doesn't get there first. The player coach of the Nottingham Panthers, Mike Ellis, does. Chips through the neutral zone, collected Thomas. Thomas just fires one into the body of Wallenberg. Wallenberg collects. Chips down behind Lawrence and takes a big hit from Talbot for his trouble. Big hit comes in this time from Myers on the Steelers defenseman Manzano. And everything's like just behind the play at the moment. Thomas forces forward. Peltier collects. Talbot comes in with a one-handed slash onto Peltier, but Peltier moves the puck into the neutral zone. Manzano to Ashley Tate. And the Tate and Talbot line. That's the one with Dan Tessier that the Sheffield Steelers coach Dave Matzos will look to. But the Nottingham Panthers trying to contain and are doing a pretty good job. They lead 3-2. They'll take that into the NIC for the second leg of this Challenge Cup final in 3-4 weeks time. Danny Myers, who recently became a father, congratulations to him. He chips the puck round, but he loses out to Schmier. Here's Tessier, fans on it. Tessier had that chance there too. You could just see he was trying to go high on Askey. Talbot tries again to move the puck, but Schmier had got him. The Panthers fans to our left, to a man raise. They're looking for a penalty there. Talbot lost his stick. In fairness, I honestly thought that probably was a penalty as well.
I think if Andy Carson saw that again as well, he'd be blowing it
top
down.
of the circle, takes a shot. First big chance for Tessier. Comes in the 50th minute. Will you get a second chance here? No. Instead to Dejanay. Dejanay had a chance to shoot the puck. He holds on to it. Still that big chance for Dan Tessier. And again, Askey makes a good stop. And then Dejanay perhaps just held on a tad too long. Finnessy, who's just stepped up to play with Ashley Tate. Tate will probably try and go and get a change in a second, but instead it's McCaslin. And Hewitt comes back with one hit, then finishes on Ferreira. And McCaslin and Hewitt clash just down by the Steelers bench. They'll actually try and break down the left-hand side. McCaslin skates away from Hewitt's advances. Ellis chips in. And the Sheffield Steelers on the back foot for a moment. Turnover for the Panthers. Big chance for Bergin! A hat-trick for Kevin Bergin in the Challenge Cup final. And it's the Panthers that lead the Steelers by 4 goals to 2. And Kevin Bergin with the HT is the hero of Lower Parliament Street.
Well, you know what? I think the Nottingham Panthers, they were getting frustrated there. They think that they thought that they were having a couple of calls called against them. But nonetheless, they've kept their heads down. They've done the basic things there. The shot doesn't even stop it. Just lets a one-timer go from that great shooting area, the high top of the circle, and just coming into the hash marks and beating Lawrence.
Let's just see that again. Just over the shoulder of Davy Lawrence, and it's the Nottingham Panthers that lead the Sheffield Steelers by 4 goals to 2. There's a huge amount of smiling faces to my left, Nick. They're all gloating at us. 10 minutes to go, and the Sheffield Steelers do not want to be going into Lower Parliament Street 2 goals down in 4 weeks' time.
They've got to bear down and go right back to the way they started this game. They have also been making some errant passes. They've been missing the tape, and just Dave Matzos has got to calm his guys down now and say, guys, look, we dominated the first period. We dominated many parts of the second. We just got to get our heads screwed down and make sure that we do not concede any more goals.
Just a huge key, of course, is that second goal for Bergin. Just 18 seconds into the final period, and that's going to just turn this game around. Bergin with his first hat-trick as a Panther.
And the dominance that the Sheffield Steelers have had, and then you come across a goalie like Askey, and that deflates your squad too.
Exactly. Bergin will take the plaudits, but the man who's just caught that in his left hand, Tom Askey, is certainly the man who's built the foundation for the Nottingham Panthers here at the Sheffield Arena.
without a doubt, that we didn't think that he was going to be the busier of the two goalies tonight. He's been calm, collected, got his bearings in this very intimidating rink, and he's played solid.
Just under 10 minutes remain then. Can the Sheffield Steelers grab anything from this game, the first leg of this final? They certainly won't want to go 3 down against the Nottingham Panthers. That is a tough, tough task at the NIC. Here's Saric. He'll want to try and get a goal back. Fires a bullet of a shot. Askey made the first save with the blocker, went down, butterflied, and made the second save with his pads. Legui behind the goal. It's been a little quiet in the second and third period. Saric again gets the puck to the net. Askey just guides it into the corner. Ferreira battles with Levers, who takes a late hit. And now the Panthers will try and just kick out as far as Myers. Myers gets the puck over the red line and through the neutral zone. Saric on a back pass. Long outlet pass from Dowd. Dowd finds Legui. Legui versus Peltier. Dowd goes to the net and scores! Robert Dowd scores for the Sheffield Steelers, and the Steelers are back in it. I felt that might have even come off a knee, a shin pad.
Do you know what?
It was always going to take something like that to beat Tom Askey.
We'll have a look, because although it wasn't kicked, he may have directed in off the skate, or it may have taken a deflection off of one of the Nottingham Panthers, but we'll see. Either way, it took a quick little nasty deflection in the slot. Here we see it gets fired in.
Yeah, there's no stick to that.
It actually comes off of, it looks like the, looks off the Nottingham Panthers skate, doesn't it? It may have come off Schmier.
Here we go, we'll probably see it here. Rebounds off Danny Myers.
Danny Myers, yeah, not Schmier.
Corey Nielsen. Nielsen moves the puck forward. Bergen chips into the corner. Big hit. 2 men committing hard. McCaslin was one of them. Dejanay was the other. Nothing gas, nothing given. One timer from Schmier, who scores! Ryan Schmier rips one past the glove of Davy Lawrence. And the Steelers thought they were back in it, but only for a matter of seconds, as Ryan Schmier hammers one to the top shelf. It's the Panthers that now lead by 5 goals to 3.
The Nottingham Panthers doing a good job cycling the puck, and again, comes in off of one-timers, and you can't help but think that that's part of the game plan, is to let these one-timers go on Lawrence. And now tempers are fraying along the benches. But again, great pass by McCaslin, feeds it up to Schmier, who lets a ripper in. One-timer from the point.
Ryan Schmier has just got a misconduct penalty. We'll have to wait and see what that's for.
You know what, Dave? I think he skated by the Sheffield Steelers bench after he scored the goal, and he pointed at him. I think maybe have a look. Here's Schmier after the goal, and look at, he's coming right by the Sheffield Steelers bench, offering to hold his hand, and that's to me, it's Bush. You don't want to be doing that.
The 2-minute penalty. I can't see it being a 2-minute. I would have thought that's more a personal misconduct, maybe a 10, which of course won't affect Nottingham.
I think the Steelers will take that anyway, but...
So the big question here is whether it'll be a 2-minute misconduct or a 10. It's gone now. And now Schmier is being kicked out of the game. So Schmier being told to the dressing room you go. The Nottingham Panthers fans love it. They raise to their hero. Schmier has just given them a 5-3 advantage.
David, I loved it. It was a great one-timer from a pass from McCaslin. The Sheffield Steelers maybe being guilty of not marking the point there, but the play afterward, it kind of takes away from it for me.
Manzano with an outlet pass, looking for Tessier. Tessier breaks the zone. Chance for Tate. Hammers one just over the crossbar. Now Wallenberg comes the other way. Wallenberg has gotten to Bergen on his left-hand side. Bergen gets the puck in, but Wallenberg has to come back out of the zone. So the 10-minute penalty against Ryan Schmier won't, of course, affect the Panthers. Schmier, of course, can't come back for the remainder of this game, but they can still play 5-on-5. Tessier comes with speed, tries to get the puck out to Joey Talbot. Munn comes and collects, but now there's a break, and it's Wallenberg. Wallenberg hammers one, doesn't quite get through. Myers with the shot, Lawrence makes the save. Now we've got a battle behind the goal of Lawrence. That was between Talbot and Myers. And it is pure theatre when these two clubs play. Sarich poke checks the puck off Myers, but Myers out-muscles Sarich, and it's Myers again, goes forehand, backhand, chance out in front for Moline. Oh. Chance again for another goal. I thought they batted it into the air then, the Nottingham Panthers. Still with Corey Nielsen. Nielsen just chips the puck forward, and there's a penalty coming in, and the penalty is going to be against the Sheffield Steelers. Defenseman Ian Manzano, a holding minor.
I love this rivalry. I love it. I don't like anyone throwing things on the ice. That's Bush too, but Lawrence Wick making a couple of great saves here on the Nottingham Panthers. Getting pushed, and then look at Levers with a chance. And then you can see the Sheffield Steelers just getting on top of the Nottingham Panther in that scrum there. I think it was Matthew Myers down on the bottom of the pile there, and Manzano not making any attempt to get up, and he holds him down.
Well, the Nottingham Panthers have a fantastic chance here of putting one hand firmly on the Challenge Cup. We're in the first leg of the Challenge Cup final. Steelers 3, Panthers 5. 2 goals, worst lead in hockey. 3 goals. I'll take that every day of the week and twice on a Sunday. So 5 white shirts of the Panthers, 4 teal and orange shirts, defending vigorously, and they'll clear with Jonathan Phillips. Phillips comes with speed, and Sheffield won't know to laugh, cry or go to the post office. They got back in this game 4-3, but then that one-timer from Schmier is 5-3, and that is such a big lead to take into a home leg. Ryan Schmier down in front of the Nottingham Panthers fans still. He's out of the game. And we spoke to Ryan Schmier earlier, Nick. This is what he said on this big rivalry between the Steelers and the Nottingham Panthers.
Yeah, it's a huge showdown anytime we play Sheffield. It's a big game. All the fans from both towns get really excited about it and fill their sections of the rink and make lots of noise. And always plenty of build up to it. A lot of history between the two teams, and then you add it being a final for the Challenge Cup. You can't ask for anything more. And
Ryan Schmier has given his team just a fantastic chance of lifting the Challenge Cup with that 5th goal. Sheffield battling, and they'll try and clear as they kill this penalty against Ian Manzano. Sheffield come down the right-hand side. Player goes down, but Myers on his backhand forces the puck forward to Corey Nielsen. Nielsen's got Wallenberg just ahead of him. Goes to the right-hand side. Myers chips to Wallenberg. Bergin's looking for his 4th. Here is Wallenberg. Here is Bergin for the 4th. Save goal! The Panthers score on the power play. Wallenberg, McCaslin, and Mark Richardson. Who is it who got that goal? Maybe Danny Myers. Lawrence made the first save, Nick, but I don't know who got the final touch to it. We'll see perhaps here. Excellent work by Wallenberg again, though.
He does, and he's got Bergen driving to the net, and McCaslin, I think, working hard. McCaslin's been frustrated all game, but he's kept working, kept the legs going, and you can see he drives to the net, and I think he just pops in that blackhander there as Lawrence, who does make the first save, but the Sheffield Steelers not getting a hold of McCaslin's stick. He's so strong, and he gets the backhander on it, lifts it over Lawrence.
Sean McCaslin with his 2nd. Bergin's got 3, but the Panthers have got 6. And the Nottingham Panthers have got a hand on the Challenge Cup final, Challenge Cup trophy.
Well, you know, Dave, they smell blood, and you got to take your hat off to both teams here. The Sheffield Steelers have come out and they've kept the Nottingham Panthers on their back foot.
Myers goes into the face-off circle. And a penalty on the clock, and it's going to be a roughing call against the Sheffield Steelers. And more power play time for the Nottingham Panthers.
Ryan Finnerty guilty of a roughing call here. Now this is now where the Sheffield Steelers, they've lost their head a little bit. You can see what he does over on the jaw, holds him down, and then you can see as he holds him, he gives him a little rub on the back of the helmet. Tough call.
And right now, you could say that the Challenge Cup can't be won in the first leg. It can certainly be lost. And Sheffield, they've been outscored against Davy Lawrence. A 7th goal would surely be too much for any team to come back against, would it not?
No.
Chance out.
Dave, I've seen high-quality teams coming back from 7 goals down in Stanley Cup playoff series, so it can happen.
There's Danny Myers. Myers moves the puck. They've been solid on the back end. Chips into the opposite corner. Steelers, though, hammer out. Can they get it past Myers? They can. 30 seconds killed on the one-man advantage in favour of Nottingham. And once the Nottingham Panthers have learned to find a way through the Sheffield Steelers defence, they've got the puck past and through Davy Lawrence. Here's Moline. Moline's got Bergin. He'll be the hero of the hour with his 3. Tate's got a chance to break out. He does. Ashley Tate gets to the red line. Steelers take the opportunity of a line change. Long shot comes in from Tate. And again, Askey just looks super solid. So a face-off in the offensive zone for the Sheffield Steelers, but they're killing a penalty. They've got another 60 seconds to go before they're back on at full strength. The Panthers 6-3 up in this Challenge Cup final first leg. Sheffield with Manzano. Levers forces on the power play. Puck goes all the way past Peltier, past the goal of Tom Askey. And you know what, McCaslin and Bergin, they might have built the wall, but certainly Tom Askin has laid the foundations to this victory. Here's Askey, it's McCaslin again. Fires one right into the top of the body of Davy Lawrence. Hits a bit of the mask, so Andy Carson blows up and a face-off change. Wallenberg has been strong in the circle tonight, and Wallenberg gets it. And here's a chance for Wallenberg, but Munn just covered him. Puck goes in the direction of the goal. Sheffield are back to full strength. Infinity is back out onto the ice. Just touches the puck and it ends up in the penalty box.
I think he was trying to back the puck off the boards, but the door didn't close fast enough. But they'll take the draw there in the neutral zone, get a fresh set of legs out there, try and calm things down. And like I said, 3 minutes, get out of this game. And
frustration for the Sheffield Steelers, joy and delight for the Nottingham Panthers, whose team have come in and have just done the right job. They've got the puck to the net, they found a way, and they take a very impressive lead into that second leg. Tate tries to get Talbot going. Puck only comes back out to Sarich. Sarich fires one. Askey had got it covered. Nonchalantly moved round the boards by Nielsen. Sarich tries to jump in first. Sarich got the puck low. Back out to Talbot, try to find Dan Tessier. Tessier, who has got a huge long stick, but even that stick wasn't going to get to the loose puck. Nottingham battled the puck all the way down the ice. It took a deflection. Icing is waved off and Sarich collects. Nottingham again will just try and force the Sheffield Steelers. They've given it to Tessier though. Tessier top of the circle finds Talbot. Talbot takes a shot, gives a rebound. Second bite of the cherry, fell to Tessier on a backhand. And it's Talbot again, so it's Askey again, who just shuts the door.
And Dave, look at how the Steelers move this round, and then Talbot rolls back and picks up another rebound. Watch Talbot roll. And that's why this guy is going to be our man of the match, because I know he's let in 3 goals, but he's faced a ton of rubber against a spirited Sheffield Steelers, and he's played absolutely awesome, and he's kept the Nottingham Panthers in this game.
And especially in the first period when Sheffield dominated the play. So Tom Askey, my first time seeing Tom Askey play, and certainly impresses
I mean, he kept him in the game for the first 40.
Early part
Yeah,
of the game,
yeah.
completely and utterly kept him in the game.
When, as we said, you know what? I think that the fact that Jody Lehman not showing up, I think because it was such a question mark before the game, I think it really did rattle the Nottingham Panthers.
You know what you ask of your goalie every night? Give us a chance to win. That's all you ask of your goalie. Give us a chance to win. And Tom Askey has certainly given the Nottingham Panthers not only a chance to win this game in Sheffield, but the Challenge Cup total.
Well, just down the M1, the battle of the M1 in a few weeks' time, and the Sheffield Steelers will have a mountain to climb. But knowing the rivalry, the great rivalry that exists between these teams, I know that they'll show up for that one.
Some of the fans decided to go early. They've seen enough. 98 seconds remain in this one. Sheffield trying to grab a goal back here. Shepherd and Le Guy battling low. Robert Dowd, who tried and forced that third goal for the Sheffield Steelers. And when Sheffield trailed 4-3, they must have thought, you know what, we'll even take 4-3 right now. But then the Nottingham Panthers just stuck the knife in and they twisted it. And those two late goals from Bergin and McCaslin have certainly given this scoreline an impressive edge for the Panthers. Sarich sits down Danny Myers. Jeff Le Guy tries to come with speed, just loses control of the puck and therefore has no option but just to trip in. Final minute of the third period of the Challenge Cup final first leg. Steve Munn, the most experienced Steeler, moves the puck forward in the direction of Tate. Tate can't control. Wallenberg picks up on a loose pass. McCaslin on a drop pass. McCaslin steps inside, takes a shot just wide. Munn will now come. Munn down the left-hand side. The man free is Talbot, but Talbot had to take it in his skates. Talbot headmans the puck. He's looking for an option. Where is the option? Talbot moves the puck forward. Tate collects. 25 seconds. Talbot's got Munn free. Comes back to Munn. Munn throws one at the net, but he hits McCaslin and deflects into the corner. Kevin Bergin just fires one from an acute angle. 3 goals for Kevin Bergin. 2 goals, of course, for the impressive McCaslin. The game ticks down. The story of 3 periods. Sheffield dominated the first. The Nottingham Panthers came back in it in the second, winning that period 2-1. Sheffield got it back to 2-2. But then the third period was dominance by the Nottingham Panthers. It's the Panthers 6, the Steelers 3. They take that 3-goal advantage into the second leg. We'll be back after this break.
Welcome back, folks, to the Challenge Cup final first leg here in Sheffield, where the Nottingham Panthers are taking a 3-goal advantage, heading into Nottingham in a few weeks' time. Well, folks, we talked about rivalries before the game, and this did what it said on the can. This was a great game of hockey, Dave, and I know the scoreline might not reflect the effort that the Sheffield Steelers put into this.
Well, no, I don't think he did. I think Tom Askey certainly laid foundations that the likes of McCaslin and Bergin built upon in scoring those goals. And Dave Matzos will refer to that in his conversation. But Sheffield had so many opportunities early doors, and maybe if they will feel that if they could have gone 2-0 or 3-0 ahead, we saw the great Talbot chance, we saw Hewitt with half a net to shoot at. And somehow, Tom Askey, this goalie we're seeing for the first time, really stood tall, and he gave his team a chance to win, and that was the difference tonight.
The Sheffield Steelers came out offensively so quick and so fast and dominated that first 20 minutes.
Well, it was like hockey we haven't seen for a long time, and we saw, you know, second minute of the game, the big shot comes in here from Sarich, deflection from Doug Shepherd. We see on the super slow-mo, look at that, just past the...
What a baptism of fire that Askey had coming into the Sheffield arena for the first time.
But it had to be like that. But then this was a weak one. I think Davy Lawrence won that one back. Short side goal by Sean McCaslin. And he was the catalyst. He was going to get things going.
It's what the Nottingham Panthers had to do against this young goalie.
You've got to shoot the puck at the backup kid. Yeah, you've got to do it. And you know what? Davy Lawrence was put in a really tough situation tonight. We see here, you know, that wasn't his fault.
No.
You know, 2 or 3 Sheffield Steelers players are at fault on that power play goal.
Number one, like we said, they didn't clear the zone. And,
no, then the Sheffield Steelers got back though. Talbot 5-on-3 power play strike, and into the second period, Sheffield go in at 2-2, and hey presto, you know, it's a big opportunity, and You know, you'll see again another look at this one. There's Tessier on the 5-on-3. Talbot, bang, goal, 2-2. And Dave Matzos would have been happy at 2-2. He would have gone in and he would have thought, hey, we're still in this one.
Yeah.
This is great. We've just got to be really tight defensively, really smart.
Yeah.
That's what we've got to be in the third period.
So for that first two period, the Nottingham Panthers were off their stride a bit, weren't they? But in the third period, they did find their groove.
Well, they found a way to Davy Lawrence, didn't they? They found a way. And as Mike Ellis will refer to, you know, quick goals here, you know, we're just seeing there the goal from Dowd, which actually got Sheffield back in it. Two quick goals from Nottingham took them 3-2, 4-2, but then Dowd got them back in it 4-3.
Yeah.
And we'll see there, the youngster, he drives the net. It actually doesn't go off Dowd, it goes off Danny Myers' knee,
yeah.
ankle, skate, and then it goes in. But then the one-timer there from Ryan Schmier, right over the glove. And again, as Ellie says, you know, the shots that beat Davy Lawrence, they were post and in goals.
And deflections.
And deflections, but then 5-3,
then they seem to find the radar, though, and they said one time was up high.
That's a bullet, that is, from Schmier. You know, not a lot of goalies stopped that one. And 5-3, but then they really wanted to rub salt into the wound. And it's that man again, Sean McCaslin, who got his second, just lifting the puck over the top of Davy Lawrence. 6-3. It's going to be a battle. It's a long way back.
It was. And earlier on, Dave, you caught up with both head coaches, Mike Ellis and Dave Matzos.
Dave, it was always going to be a tough night, but that result, perhaps you'll say that it wasn't a fair outcome of the game.
You know what? I don't think so. We had a lot of chances. I thought Askey played really well, as he should, and you know, it was one of those things where a couple of bounces, bad bounces for us here and there, and bad deflections, and you know, the puck ended up in the net. But you know, the reality of it is it's a six-period, you know, cup, and you know, we lost. We're down 3, and going into Nottingham certainly not going to be easy. But we're not writing this off.
Mm-hmm. People are always going to turn it around and say the Jody Lehman, Davy Lawrence thing. Did that have an effect on the result?
Well, you know what, I think it did. You know, and I'm not taking away from Davy. I got all the time in the world from him. He's a great kid and he works hard. Circumstances came up today. Mm-hmm. You know, Davy Lawrence is put in front of a big crowd, biggest one of the year, biggest rivalry for the Steelers. So, you know, it was a lot to ask of a young guy. You know, he played well, a couple of bad bounces, like I said, but he did make some big saves for us, and you know, we hold all of us accountable for tonight, not one particular player, and I think that's what's special about this team is there's just no pointing the finger.
Congratulations, a great performance from Nottingham. You weathered the storm in the first period, but certainly came back strongly.
Yeah, Sheffield came out flying in their building. They had everything to prove, and they were all over us in the first period. And I thought we did. See, our goalie Tom Askey did a tremendous job of keeping them at bay. And then in the second period, our game plan started to click. We started to pick up some chances on the transition, and that's what got us going in the game.
Was the Jody Lehman, Davy Lawrence thing, was that something that played on your minds a little bit?
You know what? It was a real, I was trying my hardest not to let, because I knew all day, and I was trying my hardest not to let the guys know, because I didn't want them to think otherwise that it might be easier than we would, you know, we know it's a tough night here. So I said nothing. They saw it in the warm-up. They're all asking me. I said, oh, I'm pretty sure he's going to be here for the game. That's why we're delayed. I tried everything in my book to make sure that the guys didn't think that we had any easier run at it. So, but to be fair, everyone worked hard, and I'm thrilled with the results. You know, I was really surprised we're at this stage, but I'm really thrilled with it.
Quick word for Kevin Bergin. What a great performance from him. 3 goals.
Yeah, Kevin was tremendous tonight. He worked really hard. He has a good presence around the front of the net, and tonight he had some great shots from the high slot that posted in. There were some great goals there.
Well, there'll be a lot of debate for a long time, as Dave says, about the Jody Lehman incident and Davy Lawrence coming in goal. But you know what? We got to forget about that, and we got to think about the next 3 periods of hockey that are coming up in Nottingham. Sheffield 3 goals down. I mean, it's all there as a script, as a great second leg.
It is, and we've all got 4 weeks to wait for it as well, and the hype and the build-up, and there'll be a lot of theatre, as there always is between these two teams, the Steelers and the Panthers. The PR offices will be working overtime. And as David Matzos said, when he was with the Cardiff Devils, they were 4-1 down to the Coventry Blaze going into the second leg. Mind you, that was at home, and Matzos won a Challenge Cup in a similar situation. Can he do it again? It's an uphill task, and these players have really got to play well for him.
They do, but we've seen the spirit of both these teams tonight. We've seen the Sheffield Steelers come out and protect a young goalie, and we've seen the Nottingham Panthers come in where like Mike Ellis was saying, it probably did put them off their rhythm a little bit, knowing that they weren't going to face that #1 goalie.
Well, that's right, and Sheffield also, throwing their huge offence at them. The TTT line was just going great guns, but I think Askey was the difference tonight. I thought he was just solid. He never looked like being beaten all night. First time I've seen him, first time the cameras have seen him, and he was exemplary, I thought.
Okay, well, we have more action coming your way here on Sky Sports. This one is the Coventry Blaze against the Newcastle Vipers, 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. on Sky Sports Extra. Okay, Dave, just a quick last thoughts on tonight's game?
Well, from a man with a Sheffield perspective, it was a tough one to take, but I'm sure the Steelers will bounce back. Congratulations to Ellie and Nottingham, though.
All right, thank you, Dave, and thank you for joining us here on Sky Sports. We'll see you next time.